know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.
Hey everybody, this is Wolf here. Thank you so much for coming ready to join us soon today here on the channel. So just a couple of things now before we crack on. If you're not already done so, please do actually press the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bells so you can then be notified when we upload my new video. So I'd just like to first of all really apologise that we're not uploaded for a while. There's just been so much stuff going on which I've had to try and deal with in personal life and etc. So yet again we are so sorry about that. So what we're going to be doing is we're currently working on a little project actually with this game, which is the SimAirport. So I'm not too sure if we actually did this game briefly on the channel before, but we just really decided to try and do at least a series and see how it all goes in on the channel. So with this series we're actually going to be doing another one as well on how to initially design and build a complex airport. Hence the name SimAirport on another one, but of course this one here is going to be like a season of literally going through all the instant tips and etc. To then work through everything what we've actually got here. So let's very quickly just jump on. So we've got the initial funds of $450,000. We are going with a medium map. We're not starting from scratch, so we've actually got a pre-built airport initially to really show you what it's going to look like in a section if you've not already come across the game. And then of course we're going to keep out the default of 16 airlines, and of course we're going to go with government grants. So this season of this game is actually going to be literally like a go type thing. So really no kind of like mucking about with this kind of stuff. So first of all we're just going to press pause up there, and of course you can press spacebar to pause and go into play up at the top there. So straight away we've got our government grants showing up here on the top right. Then of course down at the bottom, which we'll go through very shortly, of all these little tabs down here. So first of all what we're going to be doing is we're going to come up to the runway, we're going to left click then upgrade. This is just to allow us to get nighttime flights coming in, and also get the flights when it's going to be a little bit windy. I think it's approximately around about, I think it's like 20 knots or something daft. Now I never really know where to put this runway up high thing here, so I just took them on the little edges here initially because it's so much more easier. Then go straight down to build, literally down at the bottom left here. Then go straight up and let's get a ATC so we can actually get more than 10 flights in, because that's going to be very important for us to get this sorted. Then of course down here straight onto gate, and then of course you've got three different sizes. You've got your small, large and extra large, which goes onto the terminal side here. Then of course all your remote gates, which you then need in a remote bus stop for that. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to go with the aircraft gate small, rotate with R and straight down, then straight in for gate agent and straight into there. Then of course we're needing a door for them to get from here to here. So we're going to go with a small door because of the size of this here. You can go for a larger one, but there's really no point as such for this. So we're just going to stick right with a small one here. Then what we're then going to do is very quickly come down to here, when it's done on pause, straight into foundation, and I like to come down right here by the 6 here, then straight across. Then I like to make sure that I go over by 14. So we've actually got two squares here, then the wall bit here. That just makes it a bit easier to sort this out here. Next, what we're going to then do is straight away we're going to pop into a planning tool very quickly here, because I like to make sure that we've got everything kind of like leveled out up to a certain point here. It's just make sure that we're actually getting the right size, and most of all, don't worry about these sizes here being kind of a bit screw with in a way, and this is just for the stuff what we're going to be researching here. So for research development, it's this little kind of like magnifying glass thing what you put the Petri slab things on. So it's just down here, and we're then going to go straight away for the finance. This finance and research will allow us to unlock some other stuff. I think there's around about 13 or 14 and lots of research here, but it can get very, very expensive. So let's get that started very quickly. Straight away, we're then going to up that up to 2 there, and then go straight up to the 10 here. So you see the 10 there, then plus 8. So this is what you're going to have, and this is who you're going to be hiring. Okay, so we're going to get that done there straight away. So this is actually going to allow us to get this sorted. So straight away we've got that there now done. What we are going to do is we're going to left click onto this construction here, and we're going to come down here. I'm going to click this as being urgent. We need that to get done as quickly as possible. This here, okay, we can click this here straight away, and we can also click this here straight away. So we've actually got 2. So this here, okay, we're needing a CFO to see the profit screens, and also have a positive nets and profit, okay, which we can actually use for the next day. And then also the investments here, which is this, which is research finance and accept a new loan. So a tip is, if you go onto your money section down here and you want to get a loan, just move it all the way down like to the 25k, accept that, then repay it back straight away. Okay, it doesn't really matter about this section here, we just need to get this here done as quickly as possible. What we're then going to do now is, it's like I said, this is actually quite a quick process thing. So we are going to come into the flight management here, which is this little plane here. We're going to come over to S, which is small, and then we're then going to come down to learning field air. This is your default type 1 for your game initially. Now I know that we can fit 6 flights into one area, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we needed that the ATC, which is the air traffic controlling, so we can actually get more flights in. It actually allows you to get more than 10 initially. So before, I actually used to leave a little gap there, so I'm just going to, recently I've actually been putting them right next door to each other, just to allow for the less waiting period, and just adjust it a little bit, so it doesn't fill up the full thing. And that's fine at this moment of time, unless we're going to be getting the larger aircraft in, which you may need to have more time for. But that's going to be like on your large and on your XL gates. Next, what we're then going to do is we're just going to get this sorted out here. So that's perfectly fine there where that is. So straight onto here, move this down to here, so it's just a little bit afterwards on each one. Then onto this one here, move this down, so it's roughly around about the same spacing as that there. Then straight onto here, leave that alone. Okay, straight onto here, that's perfectly fine. This one here, we just move forward, or move it back a little bit just by adjusting it. And straight onto here, then onto here. So that's actually all the flights what we're needing to get. Okay, so let's get this in playing through straight away. We're needing to get this here sorted out as well, okay, as being an urgent situation. So what we're then going to do now is that we're going to come into the doors, we're going to grab a staff door straight away, and we're then going to place this here to make sure that this is actually done here. And next situation is then our tickets. So we're needing a ticket kiosk. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 there because of the size of what we're going to be going with very shortly. And we're then needing to then get our trash. So our trash situation, okay, it's very simple. Okay, we're needing to place 10 of these in. Okay, so what I like to try and do is to try and get it as best as possible. So let's just pause that there very quickly, come down to the staff, and we're needing to find one of these in. So where it states you need 1 more or 5 more or 10 more, you will notice it here as being +1 minus 2,000 in-game dollars. Okay, that is perfectly fine as well there. This here is perfectly going okay. And while we still get on pause, we're going to come back into our construction here, come into our wall. We're going to leave a 2 gap and third, 2 gap and third, 2 gap and third. Okay, that's going to provide 5 officers. Now, this kind of layout here is perfectly fine for like a temporary basis, okay, while we're still doing everything what we're needing to do. But then of course in this search engine here, the search bit here, we're going to come into office, we're going to grab this here, okay, and we're going to just make sure that we've got office space there and office space there. We're then needing a desk, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You need technically 5 of the staff for this, and this is what this here is going to be. So we've got our next situation name is actually the news. So this is a newsstand, so this is where they sell newspapers and etc. And then of course let's go down with an ATM. So with the ATM and the news section there is perfectly fine, and then we also can earn money from ads. So from the digital ad display, that's actually based on how many people register it while walking past. So that's why that is quite important to have that there. And we're going to dismantle this wall here because we're going to be extending our security system here just a little bit more. While we're doing that, and while we've still got some time of the day left over, we're actually going to come into here. We're going to pick up a benches so that you can get a 2-seater or a 3-seater in blue or black. That's perfectly fine. I prefer to use the black ones because they look more comfy. And now I do this here. If you look where my mouse is on the left hand side, I like to leave a 2 gap. So one here, 1 there, then third, which is that one. Come back 2, come back 2, then again here, then here we're going to leave a 2 gap as well, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3, and there, and into that section there. Now we're needing to make this look kind of pretty, so yet again searching plants. And we're just going to get kind of like a decent plant at 500 in-game dollars, and that is then perfectly fine there as well. So, oh, I don't know what happened there. I just clicked some buttons by accident. So yeah, so this is now going to go ahead. So in the zones here, you've got all your zone system, and of course we've got security here. So we're needing to extend our security system here. Okay, and that's what that is there. By copying the search engine, we're then going to go then with a metal detector. Okay, so we're going to grab 2 of these. So make sure that the arrows are pointing this way on top. So we're going to have 1 there, not that bit, come down by 1, and there. And we're then going to go in for a bag scanner. So our bag scanner is going to be 1 and 2. Now that these are built, by the way, we're going to click on this here, we're going to whip this up to 10, apply to all, and same with the ATM and apply to all. Okay, and that is actually quite a very easy and basic thing to do. So here, we're now going to put this up to 5, and now because we will need to have 5s very shortly, we're now needing to go for the CFO. Now we've got that there sorted, okay, they're now going to go into their office. I like to try and do this as quickly as possible on the same day, and we're then going to click this here. Now you've already paid off the loan already by using the 25,000 and then paying it off. So we're now needing to wait 3 days, which will then move that up to 4 days there. Okay, it's like I said, this is a very, very, very fast-paced situation this is. So please do keep that in mind. Now here, I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Let's get this one here straight away. And let's get a member staff in to run that there. Okay, so now we've got all this sorted out. Okay, we can now go into our next part, which is the VP of Finance and Technology. The VP of Finance we will need, and that for some other sections of the grants. And also the technology we actually need in for this advanced security. The advanced security where we're going to be placing it is going to be here. But then it's going to help to do everything else as well around the area. So here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bins. So we're needing to get 4 more trash cans, actually, so garbage bins. Okay, and then what we're then going to do then is we're going to place 1 here and 1 here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and let's say 10 to there. Then we're going to come into here very quickly, passenger experience, and we're going to click this one here straight away. Okay, for some reason it's not allowing me to accept that one, so let's just have a look here. Oh yeah, that's right, and we've already got 2 on. So this here and that will finish very shortly anyway, so don't worry about that there. So what is then our next stage on this here? Okay, is then making sure then we've got the information screens. So the flight information. So what I like to do is go 1 and 2, 1 on each side of the bins, 1 and 2 there, okay, to allow for that to go through. And then let's just put 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. We're then going to go back into construction. We're actually going to dismantle these bathrooms here, okay. Because we don't really need them at this moment of time. And then we're going to go back into zones, click the none, straight onto there, straight onto there. Okay, so that is now sorted and leveled out. Here we're going to click the wall and it's auto save. We're going to place a wall there. We're then going to come down to here, place this up to here, bring this round and bring this then round. Okay. At that same time, okay, we're going to dismantle this section here and dismantle this section here. We now need to pop back into getting a door. Okay, so the door area here, we're going to come through this office here. That's perfectly fine. We just need to get 2. We then pop back into the zones here and straight into maintenance. And then we're then going to go for 5x5. So the maintenance actually needs a 5x5 area and the electrical needs a 4x4. This here is actually a 5x4 area, so that is perfectly fine. And we can then go in and get a toolbox. So the toolbox will actually allow everything to be looked after as best as possible, because there will be times for that when it is then needed. So in this section here, what I've actually found is that you can put it up to 800, then straight up to 100. That's straight away. Okay, get that done. Okay, and we can then actually start making more money. So up here where your cash is, okay, you've actually got your total estimated turnover. It could be actually a little bit more. So in this area, we could be making 41,975. That's perfectly fine. Okay, but we can actually increase it. Now what my tip is here, let's start to your PATs, okay, which is your passengers. You've got this little airline section here at 42%. When you actually do your increasements on your runway fees and on your terminal usage income, okay, make sure that is well above 42%. It's a 12-hour process round, okay, that is perfectly fine. Okay, now what we're actually going to be doing here is that I always like to try and plan what my next moves are going to be. So what I'm wanting to do here is to put a runway here, okay, with like a little section here for the planes to come round. I have a couple of remotes and also a couple of stands down here, which is then attached to a terminal. but I'm wanting this separate. So how do I go from there to there without building in this section here? Because I want it as a separate terminal. So for myself, that with me being in the UK, okay, so we're going to use like London Heathrow. So London Heathrow has got like terminal 2 and 3. They don't have a terminal 1. Then they've got a separate terminal 4 and a terminal 5. Now their terminal 3, terminal 4 and terminal 5 are all actual separate away from the main terminal. So this is what we're going to try and do. So this is going to be our main terminal here, okay, and we're then going to have a separate terminal over here, okay, with a separate runway. So how ready do we get that to do, okay, when we've got to try and build baggage and everything else? So this is what my idea is with this. So right now, okay, we're on the G floor, which is the ground floor, okay, you've got -1 and -2, and that's as far as you can go. Above ground, okay, you've got your ground level, second level and third level, okay, so practically first, second and third, and that's as far as you can go. So what we are going to do is, right, okay, we're going to use our planning tool. So first of all, we're going to bring this up here very quickly so we can actually keep an eye on everything. So we're going to use cyan here. We're wanting to place a wall here. And I know that the stairs, what I'm wanting to use is a 2x3. So that's what we're going to be doing. So a 2x3 area in this section here. Okay. Now what we're then going to do is now we're going to go down a level. So how you do that is, okay, you highlight it, then press the page down button on your keyboard and it will then go down for you straight away. So here, I know that this is going to be a wall here. Now I'm wanting to have 5 gap between these stairs and onto some other stairs what I'm wanting to build. So with this, a 5 gap, okay, right, and it's a 4x3 area, so this is 5 here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and then we can then just whip this round like this here, okay. You're needing to build foundations first before doing this, and then we're then going to go down. So what the reason is that we do this for this process is that 4, 5, there we go, right, is that we wanting to make sure that when we do our baggage and etc, it's all going to be on this level here, so we can't just do a straight walk through. Okay, so we're needing to go down a level here, right, and that is perfectly the same. This is in the same location as this and straight onto here. Now how do we know how far we then needing to go? So yet again, actually with a planning tool, we're going to come up to here. We're going to clear this little section off here, right, because we want to just to indicate it's this section here and then this section here. So I like to have here approximately around about a 16 square area. Now if you're not too sure on this, right, we can actually measure up of a 10 wide area. So this is a 10 wide area here, and I want in this here as being our runway, okay, for when we build that in. Here we've actually got a taxiway, okay, system here. So actually we do need to go like that there. So let's just clear this section off here. So that's perfectly fine there. Okay, so our taxiway will actually come down like this. So this will like come down and do its thing here. So this is actually quite perfect for large planes anyway. So now we've got that there sorted out. Okay, we're now needing to just double check how wide is these here. Okay, so what I would do here is take it from this section here and then take it to halfway there. So that's actually a 20 by 21. So a 20 by 21 area. So it's a 21 by 20. Let me just double check that again. Is it 20 down and 21 wide? No, it's actually 20 by 20 for some reason. Okay, I was not expecting that actually. So yeah, so what's this here? There we go. So 20 by 20 there. 20 by 20 there. So that's going to be the 2 there. And then this is then going to be the 20 by 20 area here for the remote. And then a 20 by 20 area here for the remote. And this is actually going to be our main area here. Now, if you're not too sure, okay, we can actually put back into the gates again. And then we then just whip this round. Okay, that's perfectly fine, and that's perfectly fine. So we go, yeah. Okay. Right, so that's perfectly fine. So we're okay with that. So that actually fits into there quite perfectly. So I could actually use the walls for this here, but I always like to try and use this here as best as possible. So we've got these going down, but we needed this to then go up. So how do we get that to work perfectly as best as possible? So all right, yeah, so we've actually got this here done now, so we can actually then come into here, click this here, get that done straight away, maximizing profits, shut onto here. We need to then hire a VP, finance VP. Okay, just like that. And let's get this one here hired as well, and just to make sure. That's fine. And then straight into the research, and we can then do the lower tax section there, and also for your fan security there. Okay, so so we've got this here, which is like a 16 wide from there to there. Okay, so that's 16 wide there. So I'm wanting these stairs to actually come up at this point here. So I would actually then indicate as this is where I'm wanting my stairs to come up. Okay, and then this here. So we then bring this over, bring this all the way down. Okay, just like this here. You can actually use these here as being the large gates right here if you want. Now the large gates are so much more bigger, and I really do apologize if you can hear sirens in the. Actually, the large gates do fit really well there, I will say. So let's get those built anyway, and they are very expensive, 40,000. I did not want to build them. That's fine. That's fine. So we can deal with that very easy. Okay, so so what we're now going to do is that we wanting to try and bring in a way to incorporate the exit from here into this section here. So how do we do that? Yeah, again, we go back into the planning. Okay, before we actually do anything else, we need to make sure that we can plan everything. So this is going to be like a 2 and a 3 there. So this is actually going to come down here, like so there. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So just like this here, like this here. We're then going to come down there. I like to try and leave a 2 gap, so we can actually maximize on the space what we've actually got. Okay, and then I like to just bring this out by 4 just for a brief moment. Here we like to use orange. Okay, so leave a gap there, 1 there, 1 there. Bring this down. So 1, miss 1, 1, miss 1, 1, miss 1, 1. You're needing 5 of these, just like that there. Okay, so that's perfect fine. So this is actually 9, actually 10th. Miss 1, place 1 down. We're going to place 1 more extra, then 2 extra there. Here we're going to use the magnolia again. Okay, and we're then going to bring it up like this. The cyan is actually the gates of the ticket system. Okay, and this is this bit here. Over on this side here, okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 and down. This is a 10. Okay, and we're then going to go just like this here all the way around like that. Okay, now that is perfectly fine as is there. So let us just see what else we've got here. Right, that's perfectly fine. So like I said, this is very quick process around this is. Okay, and so we're actually going to go with that one there. So we actually paid, I think, like 100,000 on that there, and to get back some decent money as well. So there's actually a tip, okay, with the new system what we're going to be using. So actually the longest bit is actually going to be a 7. So I would take it up at a comfortable pace there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do the 7. Come down 3, leave a gap, and then do 2. So that's 1, 2, third, over, miss 1, 2, then 7, miss 1, 2, then 7. What this does, when you would actually come across it, I actually went over by 3 there by accident, is that this here will be linked in with this one. This one will be linked in this one, and so on and so on. So we've got 4 there, and we're now needing a 5th one. That is our 5th one there. So we've got 5 long, 5 small, but you then need to leave a gap, and then you need to build a wall here. So here we've got 1, 2, third, straight up like this, and straight over to here, and move that up to there. So in this situation here, I know this is a 3 wide, so we're actually going to go with about a 4 wide. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then a cyan, just to indicate that is actually a door to come into here. This is going to be our new security system, by the way. Okay, that's what this area is about. So our next situation is, okay, we're needing to then make sure we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like that. Okay, this is perfectly fine here. Okay, this is perfectly fine here. Okay, and we can actually now go 1, 2, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We can place a door there, and what we can then do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could do like a 2 little gap there, and that's perfectly fine because we're needing to highlight this anyway. And then what we can then do is, but you can also move this down actually if you actually really wanting to. So that's what I'm actually going to do because of this with this bit here being here. So what we can then do is then is a 7 gap 2 there, 7 gap 2, 7 gap 2, 7 gap 2, 7 gap 2. Okay, this little nibble here, don't worry about that, that is perfectly fine. Okay, then straight back onto the magnolia again. Okay, and what I like to do is actually to go by 14, up by 14, then straight over by 14, nip those in there straight away, get this here sorted out here straight away. Okay, and what we're now going to do is here, yet again, up to 1200, and then 130. Okay, we're at 47% there. Okay, so we can actually put the prices up. This is what we're needing to do on a continuous basis. Okay, is by getting more and more money actually coming in and actually working through everything what we're needing to do. So now we've got this here sorted out here. Okay, I want the exit to come out of here. Okay, actually on the same floor. So what we can now do is here we can use this here, okay, as a guide of being a 2. Okay, let's have a look here. Oh, look at that. Right, perfect. Okay, so this is what our little area is going to be. Now they will come out onto this section here, and then this section here will have the checking desk area. So what we're then going to do is, yeah, again, we're going to come down by 9. Ear is going to be on this side here, so this is going to be 1, 2. But first of all, let's just double check. So we're then going to then pop back into the ticket desk and rotate it, and just make sure that it's actually level with that top one there, and that is then perfectly fine. So back into the plan again, back onto the orange. 4, 5, 1, then 2. That is perfectly leveled out there. We couldn't get that in a better way. And then straight up to there like that. Okay, then the cyan should then be 10 there. So cyan on the 10. And then what we're then going to do here, just because of this, right, we're actually going to go over by 7 there. Okay, put this round here like this, and then here we're then going to then sort out this little section here. Okay, now these are large, so these actually need to go up onto the second floor. So how do we get that to go perfect for that there, but still give this here everything what we're needing for these sections here? So what we will do with that, knowing that we're needing this section here anyway, is that we will come from here, so out of this section here, we're going to come up by 10, over, then by 10 there. Then we're then going to go into the remote bus. Okay, so we can put one there, and we can then, right, so that's not sitting properly there, so I think we need to probably move that out by 1 more. Okay, that's perfectly fine with that. Okay, and this is actually pretty much level. It's just this side here which is not fully level to what we're wanting. So what we can then do then is just bring this out like this, do that there, do that there, pop that into there. Okay, and we then got this section here kind of sorted, so they can actually come up onto the floor, and then they can then come down here initially with this here. Now how do we then get people from there down to here for the checkout? Well, it's quite simple. They will come out, back up some stairs here, so there'll be some extra stairs here. So what we're going to do is here, very quickly, we're actually going to go 4x3, a 4x3 area. This is going to be for this section here, but to go up to those two there, and then these here are then going to come out and perfectly fine over to this section here. So we're then needing then is then 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll probably keep it at that there for now initially. So here we then so it's kind of opposite way around with that one there, but this is where we're wanting our security to go. Okay, just like that there. Bring this down here. So we're needing to try and fit all of our security checks into here as best as possible. Okay, and then what they can then do is then come around here to like the upstairs area, so they can come round, and what they can do is here, so they can come down on this section here, so they'll come down here, section this off with a wall, and same here with this one, same here with this one. Okay, just to let that know that it's a different area. And then we're then going to then bring this up 2, 3, 4, 5 and onto the 6. We'll just check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I reckon 7 there. Okay, what's this here? 5, perfect. Okay, and then they can actually come out of this section here then quite easily, out of the security into this section here. Okay, and then we can try and figure out whatever we need to do there, and then they will come out of here into this section here. So that's that there done. Okay, so that's the initial plan of that. So what we're now going to do is here very quickly we're actually going to spend 140,000 straight away for this here. Okay, this here is ongoing. Okay, and then pretty much that is everything what we are kind of going to try and do. So yeah, so we're going to get that there done with that. So pretty much everything is all kind of good there, and we do need to get this here sorted out. So this wind here is over 21 knots. Okay, these are just needing to wait for that just to drop before flying back out again, but otherwise we've actually got a decent size airport situation going on here. Now that we've got this kind of planned out here, just to show you, this here is detached from this terminal besides the exit here. Okay, and the only way to get to here is from this section here. So from this section you come underneath, come up here, you go and get your tickets, you go through security, you come up through this way, then you come down this way and round outwards like that. Okay, same here, you go down this way, you come up this way, or technically you go down this way, come up this way, and you just follow a basic exit out this way. And same with this one here as well. So when you come out of these, you will kind of like wibble wobble around a little bit just to try and get into this section here, or we can just leave it open. It's they're just initial plans with it, and then all the baggage then will come down. Then we'll be in this kind of area here. When we've got these moved over, this will come into this area will come into here, this here will have their own section, this here will have their own section, and that is pretty much it. Now that we've got this here sorted out, we're actually going to come into here. Okay, we're actually going to dismantle this section here, and we're then going to come into the walls. We're then going to go straight in like this here, put that there. Okay, next what we're going to do then is, and just to make sure that everything's all in place, we're actually going to then bring in our conveyor. So it's not this one here just stopping out, it's this one here, because we've got the two there. The only reason why that we place that two there is actually for the baggage conveyor down. Okay, right, so where that arrow is, it needs to go into this section here, because when it's built it will come down to here. Okay, as you can see here, it's no way near to what we are actually working on there. So that is actually very, very important to try and get that right from the start. So what we're now going to do is very quickly, we're going to come into here, we're going to dismantle 5 of these. Okay, right, straight away we're going to dismantle 5. We're then going to come back onto here again, and we're then going to go onto our ticketing kiosk. So the ticketing kiosk, and we're going to then place 5 down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we've got 2 there spare. That's going to be 1, 2, leave a gap, then 1, 2, 3. That there is just to make sure that we've got that section there covered. People will use these here. Okay, that's perfectly fine. So now that's happening, so we can try and get rid of these here as best as possible, and then we're then going to come onto our ticketing kiosk again. Okay, don't forget we've actually got 2 left over, and straight onto there. Now for the ticketing desk, okay, we're going to go a 1, a 2 and a 3, not 4 and a 5. Okay, we're going to come straight into here, and then we're going to hire 3 straight away just to cover these sections here. Now this section here, we are then going to be then placing into a ticketing area. Okay, then we're going to come back up to the zones, come to here, take these out straight away. Okay, and these then are all perfectly fine. Okay, or they should be fine, because the fact is that they've got, there should be stuff on those there, to be honest with you. Right, hold on. I know what I've done wrong. I know what I've done wrong. Do. I know what I've done wrong. Do. Why are you being such a flipping idiot, guys? Come on. Okay then, let me just put these two back into here very quickly. Let's get that sorted out there. Okay guys, so I'm just going to get this sorted out here, and hopefully we can get back to it very shortly. So we will be with you on this, so we will be with you. Now, hello everybody. Welcome back in. I am ever so sorry about that. I just literally had just to reboot the game back in again, just to make sure that we could actually get this here sorted out. Thankfully we've not lost the progress to what we would have probably had made. That is just such a pain in the backside, to say the least. So we now got that there done. Okay, that is perfectly fine. So we have actually got a ticketing now there, and then it's then going to go back up to here. Okay, so oh god, I hate it when games do that and they just don't want to play ball properly. That's perfectly fine. I don't mind. Just don't do it when I'm recording. Because that is such a pain in the flipping rear end, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, it is perfectly fine. We have got it saved. We've managed to salvage it, which is perfectly fine. So what we're actually doing here, right, we're actually getting this some little section here done now, so we can actually move that baggage area down to here properly. But we need to get the exit situation sorted out here. Okay, and of course when we actually get this money here after 7 days, and we'll be able to like come in and get that sorted out. So what we're actually going to be doing is, right, yeah everybody, we're actually going to leave this episode there. So we're just going to let you just see what we've actually managed to get done, okay, with actual plans here, and getting this here sorted out, and also making sure that we actually earn some money. Speaking of money, we're actually going to just put this up a little bit here as well, right, because we've got enough percentage to do that. So till the next time everybody, have a beautiful day, evening or morning, wherever you are. Yeah, again, my name is The Wolf, and until next time everyone, we'll see you all later. It's a bye for now. Bye.
You're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and